All right. Hello, everybody. We are live for our happy hour special Tuesday edition. Greg, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing all right. How about you, Brian?
I'm doing good. Doing good. All right. So I hosting this time, I finally figured out how to do our intro. So I got to do our intro today. That was pretty exciting.
Yeah,
Ah, so it's happy hour. What are you drinking? Are you drinking anything?
just H2O today. Actually, it's funny because right while you were doing the countdown, I looked for my water. I'm like, where is it? So I had to run out to I put it on the dryer in the other room. So I had to grab it quick. Luckily, I got sat down before everything went live. So,
All right. I've got just the regular water in my trusty water bottle as well here. So as you're entering to watch us, go ahead and say hi in the chat. If you have any questions for us, just put a Q in front so that we know that you're asking a question. And we'll go from there. So while we're waiting to see if anybody has questions or anything, um, Greg, I kind of put out a December challenge for doing a push-up challenge. I think you were doing a little bit with that.
yeah.
I know you had some arthritis issues questions, so I didn't know how much you were going to do with that. So you want to start by telling us what you've been doing so far?
Yeah, I've been doing my push ups. I call them countertop push ups. I put my feet out from the edge of the counter and the cabinet, and then I kind of lean in at about a 45-degree angle and do push ups. I bring my chest to the countertop edge and go back up. And, the first time I did it at 15, and then the next day, I've kind of like every other day where I do my best, and then the next day I can hardly do that many because first time I did like 15, then the next day I only did like 12, and then the next day I did 20, and then yesterday I did like 11. I haven't done any yet today, but I'm hoping it's better. But it just I'm kind of sore throughout, but hopefully I can keep getting stronger. And I was happy that I went up to 20 that one day, so. I wasn't expecting that, but I really haven't done any physical labor for a long time, so I'm sure I'm kind of weak. So hopefully, I can just keep building on it and get stronger.
Yeah, that's great, and that's part of the point is just to get stronger and work at your pace and so forth, right?
Yep.
That's one of the nice things about doing that type of like a challenge is everybody competes against themselves, right?
Hmm.
Against themselves, I should say. So you're it doesn't matter what somebody else is doing, it's what you're doing and what you're doing to improve yourself. So if you can do 3 push-ups on your knees day one, okay, and then maybe you can do 5 push-ups on your knees day two, and maybe eventually like a week down the road you can do 5 push-ups regular way or something, right?
Yep.
You're competing against yourself and you're getting the results yourself. So that's the big thing that I really like about doing a challenge like this. So
Yeah, I think it works for any skill level, too, because at any age level, you just have to be careful and mindful of what you're doing. And to me, it made sense to start with countertop push-ups. That way, I don't have to get down on my knees and on the floor, which I struggle with putting any kind of pressure on my knees. So for right now, it's like, well, the countertop ones are working, and I can. It's a full workout. I can tell that. I adjust my arms. If I want to work my triceps a little more, I hold my arms out a little further. But if I want to do more closer to the body, it's definitely more chest oriented, I guess you could say. So, and sometimes I will alternate it a little bit just to give me more of a workout in different areas. So, for sure.
yeah.
How about for you? How's it been going?
So it's been surprising for me. So let me start out with how I started like day one, and so we're now day five. So I'm in the middle of day five, and I'll tell you what I've progressed to in just 5 days. So the first day I did 25 push-ups all at once, until failure. And that was pretty impressive for me, I thought, because I hadn't, well, I did for a couple days before that, and I was right around 25 push-ups. But before that, I hadn't done push-ups in like 6 months, at least, I'd say. Um, And I don't know that I've ever really been able to do more than like 25 push-ups at a given time, ever. Except for maybe when I was in high school and worked out a lot and played on the basketball team and that kind of stuff. So, I'm now 49 years old. So that's how long ago we're talking, right? So second day, pushing myself to do more, I did 28. So I went from 25 to 28. Still just did the one set for the day. Then when I got into day 3, I did 33 push-ups, and I decided to do 2 sets. So later that evening, I did a second set of 33.
Nice.
Then was yesterday, and yesterday I really really pushed it, right? So looking at day 3, that 2 sets of 33, I ended up doing 66 push-ups altogether that day. So total reps was 66. So then yesterday, December 4th, I did 35 push-ups, my first set. Then midday, I did another 35 push-ups, and then I did 34 push-ups in a third set in the evening. So I ended up doing 104 total push-ups, which is crazy. Like in 4 days, I got to the point that I had done 100 push-ups in a day. So far today, I got up to 38 in my first set, and I did a second set probably a half hour before we came on here for this live stream. Again, 38. And I'm going to tell you that 38th push-up, I almost didn't make it back up. So it was almost 37, but I pushed myself and I got to 38. So I've done 2 sets so far today at 38. I think I'm going to do a third set. So I'm not going to increase the number of sets today, but I'm still, if I get 37, 38, I'm increasing the whole total reps because I increased how many I can do up to failure. And then maybe tomorrow we'll see if I stick with 3 sets again or go to 4 sets. The key for me so far, and I actually had somebody ask me this because I put out a video earlier today talking about this, the whole, my thought process of doing this. Somebody asked, like, what do you think about having like that rest day and giving your muscles the time to grow, right? And the interesting thing for me so far, and I think it's a combination of probably carnivore and the fact that I'm taking the Stem Enhance Ultra from Cerule, but my recovery seems to be really, really quick. I was a little bit sore yesterday, I think it was, but I'm not even really sore today. And from what I've been noticing, I'm really building muscle. So I think that I am building my muscle at night while I'm sleeping. And so far, it's working to do it that way. The other thing is, I know that there's a lot of people out there that do push-ups every day. Now, if I was doing like a complete, workout with strength training workout where I'm doing 30, 45-minute workout, whatever, I would not do that every day. I would definitely have rest days in there for that. But with doing push-ups so far, everything seems to work well for me. So I'm not planning on doing any kind of a rest day with the push-ups. So, we'll have to see how it goes. And again, like today, I'm not doing like a 4th set where I did 3 sets yesterday. I'm staying with 3 sets, but I did more to failure. So I've increased altogether the total number of reps. So I feel like I'm still maximizing my potential for improving my muscle strength. So it'll be interesting to see if I do this for 31 days, the entire month, what kind of transformation I have, how stronger I feel, and that kind of stuff. So,
well, I would say you got a great start and you're doing really well. So congratulations. I noticed John Wood, or the Champion Within. I know he has his own challenge. He's trying to do 3,000 push-ups for the month. And I know I saw a video yesterday where he's already got over 300 in, and realistically he'd be day 10 if he was on 300. So if I'm not mistaken, no, he'd probably be at 1,000. So, but it sounds like it's been going really well for him too. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
little bit different than our challenge, but I mean, because he put a number on it, but I know he's been doing like 3 or 4 sets a day as well, to get his numbers in. So that's pretty awesome.
Right.
Yeah, I think it was
And
100 a day is
I
what he
think,
needed to average, basically, to hit
yeah, I think so.
3,000.
Yeah. And I think that, this way of eating is just huge for um, your ability to add muscle. Um, so I think that I've noticed this in the past when I was working out some, I was able to add muscle and do increase the weight, the amount of weight that I was using to lift quicker than I ever had before when I wasn't doing carnivore. So this way of eating, whether it's carnivore or just low carb in general, just um, is huge, I think, for helping you to build muscle. So
Yeah, it's a good I
um,
think it's been a great challenge so far. I mean, I think it's good because it's definitely challenging me. I know not something I normally would have probably did. So I'm glad you did it. And I just, I'll just do what I can. That's all I can do. And hopefully I get stronger as we go. And I hope I'm not as sore as I've been because I've been really sore. But we'll see what happens, I guess.
yeah, yep. All right. So the other thing I was going to mention with this is today I've been noticing this, and I haven't been noticing it in previous days, but today I am really hungry. So I think that's another point towards my muscle growth that's happening is like I need to feed my muscles more here. So I thought I ate a pretty good amount for lunch and I was nice and full, but it's 5:12 and I am hungry and really want to eat again. So after this live stream, I'm gonna go eat again, and I'm probably gonna eat more than I normally eat in a second meal. So it'll be interesting to see how that works too, like how much eating I end up doing as I'm lifting now, or not really lifting, but at least doing push-ups, getting more activity than what I used to get, and see how that plays into how much I eat and so forth.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. More activity, your body needs a little more nutrients, I suppose. It makes sense for sure.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So let's see. So it is Tuesday. We're a couple days away from Thursday evening low carb football party. Um, our Let me go into it here really quick, just to make sure I got this right. So our topic is going to be around holiday foods and desserts. So I know you kind of are going to be hosting this week and so forth. So do you want to give us like a little preview of what we're looking at for the low carb football party this Thursday?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing we're just kind of looking at sharing some ideas for some low carb desserts, foods that we can eat during the holiday season for our holiday parties. There's a lot of different options out there, and I know so far we have a couple guests coming on. We might have a third guest as well. We're just waiting to see how the person feels because they've been a little under the weather. So but we're going to talk some different ideas on what we can make for the holiday season to help with, staying on our plans, let alone if we're hosting, we're gracious for other people that come to our parties that, maybe they have some food too, but at the same time, we want some low carb options for us so we can enjoy the holiday season as well. And, it's just to bring some ideas. Maybe you're going to some parties and bringing a dish. Well, bring something that's low carb that you can enjoy and eat. At least you'll have your own item to eat if there's no other food at the party that you can eat. But, obviously meat's always a good option. But, there's a lot of different things you can do with meat, especially if you wrap bacon around stuff. There's just many different ideas. And, I'm going to have a list of ideas for the low carb football party to talk about and, come up with some ideas. And I don't know, I might even find a way to incorporate where I can show some recipes as well. Maybe it'll be in the description or something too. But yeah, just kind of want to get people's ideas. I'm sure our viewers will throw in some ideas as well in the comments. That's what's nice about doing these low carb football parties. Usually you learn something and you get some other ideas. And I think that's a good thing because it all helps us stay on plan. So we don't feel like we're missing anything. We can enjoy the holiday season and, stay on plan.
And the game, it looks like, is the New England Patriots at the Pittsburgh Steelers. So like usual, we'll give updates, score updates of what's happening in the game while we're talking about all the good low carb holiday dishes and so forth. All right.
It should be an okay game. I mean, I would think, the Steelers, neither one of these teams is doing that great this year. I thought the Steelers would be better than they are this year, but they've had some struggles with the quarterback position and some other things. But and of course, New England's never really been the same since Tom Brady left. So it'll be interesting to see how that game goes. But I know there'll be some Steeler fans in the house, I'm sure, probably some New England fans too. So it should be good.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. What else you got going on this week? Anything else?
I've been busy doing the 25 days of Vlogmas. So every day I put out a video. That's been fun to do. Here's what I've been doing with that, Brian. I've been a little disappointed in the numbers, to be honest, of people viewing those videos, because there's some really good tips on, having a successful holiday season that's fairly stress-free. And I incorporate some weight loss tips, just some life tips to help get you through the holiday season and be less stressful. Like I said, I've been a little disappointed on the Vlogmas, on the views on that, but it's one of those things that, I know some people will get some value out of it, and I think people watch it a little bit later. But one thing I am doing with this, I've totally changed how I do my editing, and I'm really using the Vlogmas to practice. So you'll notice my videos being a little bit different music, different style. Some of it may not be perfect because I'm not the world's best editor, but I'm trying to learn and understand how to use the software. That way, going forward, I can just do so much more, because I've been doing basically all my videos off my phone. I do all the videos, I do all the editing on my phone. Well, it always takes up so much space. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but I started doing it on the computer with the program, and I'm hoping that I can do a little bit more with that. So I guess it's a good thing to get daily practice on that, so I learn how to use the software, and I think it'll make it a lot easier for me. So I'm kind of excited about that.
I noticed that you're much better at setting up your videos than I am. You've got like the nice intros with the music and so forth, and I don't do any of that, man. It's hard enough for me to go through editing all my videos.
I started using CapCut, so it's been kind of interesting, and it's free. So, I mean, you could buy the paid version, which I might. It's like $79 a year to have it, but we'll see, because they have some music and stuff in there. But I also was warned that some of that music can be copyrighted, so you got to be careful. So I don't know. I'm just kind of digging in with two hands and learning and being self-taught and watching videos on how to do it, and just want to make my videos a little bit more professional, a little more flashy, just for down the road. So like I said, I'm just kind of learning using this time to practice and learn. So hopefully my video editing and stuff can get better and can take it to the next level. That's the goal, I guess.
Yeah. All right. So Mike's out there.
How you doing, Mike?
Your Merry Vlogmas videos. He says, definitely been quick and dirty for me. Yeah. What was I gonna bring up? So you were talking about the CapCut. Oh, you were talking about the music off of CapCut.
Yeah.
So there is a site. I'm gonna put a link in here because people might be interested in this. If they, do their own videos on YouTube. So there's this site. Here it is, creatormix.com. And there's two brothers that set this up, and it's free to use. So you sign up for a free account, and they have a lot of different music that they created. And it's it's royalty free basically. So
Nice.
they do ask that you put in like in the description just that it was created by Creator Mix, whatever. They give you like the
Hmm.
thing to say. But even if you don't put it in there, like if you forget to put it in or something, they don't come after you or anything. So you won't
Right.
have any like copyright issues or anything like that with YouTube. Uh, so anybody that does YouTube videos, if you're looking for a place to use music for even it doesn't have to be YouTube, I guess, any social media. That's a place to check out. I've been using it for pretty much this whole time since I started the channel. So I guess that's like 7, 8 months now. And I like it. It works pretty well. So
Yeah, you've got great videos. There's nothing wrong with them, that's for sure. I enjoy them. So yeah, I'll have to check that out because I'm always looking for things. And yeah, I just kind of getting tired of using the same thing, I guess, on my phone. And it's like time to change it up. And the biggest thing is off space. So I'm looking forward to using CapCut. And I think with the paid version, they give you like a whole bunch of space too. So I might be looking at doing that because then I can store my videos. Because right now I end up having to delete some of my old videos, and I don't really want to do that.
mm,
Just because you never know what'll happen with YouTube someday. Maybe I'll want all my stuff to be posted somewhere else. So it's just one of those things. It's good to have hard copies of it, so that way you don't lose anything.
yeah, yeah, definitely. All right, let me see here. So if you haven't already, make sure that you hit the like button for us and share this video with your friends and family on social media. That'll help it to get out to the masses out there that, we're doing this. Let me go in here really quick. All right, I'll put on here real quick just for anybody that doesn't know. If you're on Greg's channel, my channel's at Wickivore. If you're on my channel, his channel's at My Weight Loss Life. So you can check out each other's channels. All right. If anybody's got any questions, just let us know in the chat. I know this is a little bit different. We aren't usually on Tuesdays. So definitely different for us. Let's see, what does Mike say? The storage struggle is real. I
Yeah.
have a couple of external drives, especially since Apple is so stingy with storage. Yeah, that would be ideal to have like an external hard drive or something you can use. I don't have anything right now. So yeah, I don't have all of my stuff backed up at this point. Some of it is just on YouTube, and that's the way it is. But
I was gonna say I have bought extra storage on my Apple phone, but it doesn't do any good. It just kind of a waste, if you ask me. So I've definitely been looking. I've been having that issue, so I just want to get everything so I can just edit all on the computer. It'll be so much easier, I think. And I see I can get CapCut on my phone as well. So I'm thinking, well, if I do shoot video with my phone, I can put it in CapCut there. And then I think if I log into my CapCut on the computer, it'll be there. So I think I'm hoping that'll work that way in theory anyway. So I'm not the most technologically advanced guy. You just kind of learn as you go and learn by doing, and you know how that goes. But
yeah.
so were you going to talk about Monday at all? I was just curious. I didn't know if you had that on your
Yeah.
list.
Yeah, so we're less than a week now to the low carb ugly sweater holiday party. That is next Monday, December 11th. It's scheduled for 7:30 p.m. Central Time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So yeah, I think we're gonna have probably about 8 to 10 guests or so on with us. And we're gonna have some trivia, some cool features I think that we're gonna do. We're gonna have the ability for everybody watching to vote on who they think has the best ugly Christmas sweater. So it's gonna be really fun, I think. And then like later in the live stream, we'll show like the results of the vote of to see who wins with the best sweater and so forth. So it's gonna be a great time. Anything you want to add to that? Because I know you've actually been doing a lot of the groundwork for this one.
Yeah, no, I think we all the guests are really excited to be on. Should be a lot of fun. I know one of my guests, I'm not going to reveal who, but they might even do some singing of some sort with obviously even watch out for the copyright stuff. So that should be fun. But yeah, I think it'll be just a good time. I think we're still kind of working out the details, but I think what we'll probably do is just bring in one person at a time for 3 to 5 minutes and then bring the next person in. That way we can introduce them. They get to show off their sweater. And then eventually everybody will be on, in like a half-hour window, hopefully. So everybody gets on and has a couple minutes to speak. Not that they won't speak during the party, but sometimes when you get so many people going, it's kind of hard to, I don't know, just point to a person, say, hey, your turn,
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting, but I think it'll be fun anyway. So
yeah, it might turn into chaos, but that's okay.
Yeah, it might go off the rails pretty quick with some of the people we got on there. There's a hint for you a couple people who might be on.
There you go. Not mention any names, but
nope.
Oh man.
I'm assuming as people stream it to their channels, you'll kind of figure out who's in the party and who, but it'll all be good though.
Yep, that's true. All right. So let's see. I didn't have really anything else queued up to talk about. I don't have like any other live streams really going on this week. We have our low carb football party on Thursday. Like usual, and then we're going to have the holiday party, the ugly sweater holiday party, next Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to do low carb football party again. So that's all I really got going on right now. I'm actually going to try and do, and I know I keep talking about this, but I'm going to try and do a little bit more offline content for the channel. I just put something out earlier today and working on the next one right now. So hopefully I can get that out in the next day or so. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing, not as many lives at this point as I was, I guess.
Yeah, it's I'm kind of up in the air right now on what's going on, because next week obviously I start a new job on Tuesday, and I really don't know what that's all going to partake, or what's going on with that. So let alone we have like you said, we have the ugly sweater party, and then the low carb football party. So I guess I'm kind of laying low because I don't know what else I got going for next week. I hope to get out some kind of video, and obviously I'll do the vlogs too. Vlogmas, so we'll see how that goes. And then I'm trying to think what else I got. Let's see here. Sorry, I just kind of thinking here. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think one of the other things I'm working on is I really got to take a look at my channel and what I want to do for the new year. I would like to do something since the new year's coming, and that's when a lot of people start weight loss plans. They start exercise plans. I kind of want to start something that will maybe cater to new people coming on looking for weight loss help. I'd kind of like to do something there. Just not sure what yet. I know myself and you will probably have to talk about what we're going to do after football season too, as far as the show goes. Yeah, just kind of looking ahead to the new year, because it'll be here before we know it. And I guess I want a game plan for my channel as far as what I want to do and focus on going forward. I mean, I still do my weight loss life stuff, but I would like to incorporate, whether it be making food, showing food, maybe a little bit of that, maybe, like I said, more of a weight loss series to kind of help people, guide people that are maybe just starting out on a plan. To get them going, because I know there's going to be a lot of people, usually because that's traditionally people make New Year's resolution and they're looking for help. So it's just one of those things. I want to be able to have stuff out there that they can go back to and reference, I guess.
Yeah. Yep. All right. And let's see if I did this correctly. There we go. I made a little banner here just to put like out there, I guess, for Thursday, low carb football party, 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time.
Getting a little hoarse there. I kind of have a little sore throat today, and I hope it doesn't turn into anything. I just noticed it's a little tender, and maybe it's from my bad Santa imitation that I've been doing on my Vlogmas.
Yeah,
I don't
I've
know, but
been
it's kind of. I haven't been doing it the last couple of videos though, because it was bugging my mouth, throat too much. And I'm like,
I've been talking a lot today, so I worked earlier, and it's just been one of those days where I've been talking a lot. So my voice is starting to go, I guess, talking too much.
if you're,
Oh, but
if you're missing the live, make sure you. If you tune in later, make sure you give the video a like and leave a comment. We love to see that. I know a lot of times people don't get to watch this stuff live, but we appreciate you checking our video out and checking out the live. And then, make sure you join us Thursday night for the low carb football party. Should be a good time as always. We have a brand new guest on that's never been on our show, so she'll be worth tuning in for too. It's always nice to see new people come on, and we're pretty excited about that as well. Just because there's new ideas, other things going on, so it'll be good. Looking forward to it.
And you just gave a hint. You
Yeah.
said she, so we know it's a female.
Yeah, it's pretty much going to be ladies' night Thursday night. So far it's looking like. So, that's the thing with the low carb football party. It's not just for guys, it's for the ladies too. We want everybody to come in here and have a good time. And, it's like Brian said earlier, we just kind of give updates on the game, but, normally talk about low carb stuff, carnivore, keto, ketovore diets. So it's kind of just a supporting community and a good place for people to hang out, ask questions, just see what other people have going on. So it's a good place.
Yeah. All right. So since we were just talking about football, what's your take on college football, on the whole playoff thing there? Florida State 13-0 does not get in. I kind of get it because of the injury to their quarterback, but what do you think about that?
I think it's terrible. I think that the team earned their place whether the quarterback's there or not. I think they earned their spot, and it's making me think that the whole system is kind of rigged. They put in there who they want, the big money teams, and that's, you could argue, why is Georgia's not in there, right, in the top 4. I mean, you could argue they were in there too. So you're sure they lost, but there's also some questionable calls in that game too that kind of cost them the game. So you start to question things a little bit, and I guess I'm really disappointed in the whole system and what they're doing. And it kind of affirms what I've been feeling all along, that the system's kind of rigged to whoever they want to put in there. And I don't know. I just not buying all the stuff that they are doing right now. And I'm really disappointed. I mean, I probably won't watch any of the championship stuff at all. I'll, watch the teams that I want to see, but I'm disappointed. I mean, I just think that, Alabama always gets a pass, and I'm not saying they aren't a good football team. They are, but to jump from 8th to 4th, and there's the team they beat, they barely beat them. And, they struggled with Auburn to beat them barely. And it's like, are they really that, a top 4 team? I don't know about that, but it's interesting.
Yeah, I think that's a good point about Georgia. They've won 2 straight national championships. I think it was 29 straight games before losing this game.
Yeah.
And they don't even get to try and defend their national championship. But this kind of goes back to what I've been noticing in the last couple of years. The transfer portal is just insane, right? Like players transferring, and the 14 playoff just definitely does not work anymore because there's so much parity, because players are transferring. A player that went to a school and thought that he could get the starting job and didn't in the past, he'd stay there and he'd fight to try and eventually get in there and get playing time. Now, if he doesn't play that first year, he transfers out. He goes somewhere else and he gets to play somewhere else now, instead of, sitting waiting at the other school. And it's creating more parity. And there's more really good teams out there now. There's probably 8 teams that deserve to be in this playoff. And I think it goes back to what I've always said is, until every conference champion is getting an automatic bid into a playoff. And you probably have to have at this point like a 16-team playoff and then a few at-large teams and so forth. But until that happens, you're always going to have some kind of issue, right? And even then, if you have a few, like let's say you have, I don't remember how many conferences there are, but if there's like 3 or 4 at-large bids, there's going to be arguing over who gets those at-large bids. So there's always going to be something, but at least your conference champions are going to be covered then. And Florida State, I get it. They went 13-0, so they deserve it. And I also understand they don't have their quarterback, and they haven't had the chance to really prove that they can compete without that quarterback. They did beat Florida and then Louisville. That they kind of struggled, but they won. So their defense is really good. Quarterback has nothing to do with the defense, right? So I don't know. Yeah. So it's interesting. But so Iowa State, that's your school, right? And they got into a bowl game, right?
School. Yeah, they're going to a bowl game on. I'm trying to think which one it is now. They're playing Tennessee. Is it Tennessee? No, or is Iowa playing Tennessee? I can't remember which. I was kind of looking at bowls. So, but Iowa State has a good bowl game, which is good because they played really well. They gave Texas all they could handle. So it was kind of an interesting game. I'm pleased with where Iowa State's at. I didn't think the beginning of the year when they lost to that Ohio team, I can't remember which one, but it was one of the smaller schools, like their second or third game in the year they lost. And I'm like, they're going to be terrible this year. But Iowa State is a bunch of younger guys on the team, but they got better as the season went on and we're doing really well. And I think the coach did a great job of rallying the team and they ended up having a pretty decent season. So that was pretty exciting to see.
Yeah. So I see they're playing. I think. Yep, they're playing Memphis in the Liberty Bowl. So Liberty Bowl, that's a pretty cool bowl. So
yeah,
that's cool.
You mentioned the portal, the transfer portal. You know what I heard the other day? A good quarterback in the transfer portal is worth $1 million. That's more than Brock Purdy for the 49ers gets paid in a season. That's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
with the NIL, college football is becoming professional sport.
Yeah.
Like transfer portal is like a free agency, right?
Yeah. I think it'll ruin the game, to be honest. I think it already is. But that's just my opinion. I don't know. I mean, I can see they're giving the kids the opportunities, but I don't know. It'll never be the same, but it hasn't been. Just like the NFL, it's not really the same. And instant replay is really affecting games. There's a lot of questionable calls that are made with the replay, and you question whether there's somebody who's saying, nah, we're going to do something else with this. I mean, there's multiple games where this is happening and you question like, okay, what's going on here? Is it linked to Vegas? It makes you start to wonder a few things when you see all these questionable calls. And, in the past when there wasn't replay, you lived with the call and that was it. Well, now they can influence the games with replay. And because you can look at a replay and say, well, that could be one of two ways. And they decide what way it goes. And just like the fair catch thing for the Hawkeye game. I don't know if you ever had a chance to see that, but you're looking at all the players tried to tackle the guy, so nobody thought it was a fair catch, but yet the replay ref comes back and says, oh, that was a fair catch signal. Sorry. I mean, to me, it's just like there's just too much of that weird stuff going on, professional and college. So I just think that, I don't know, I'm kind of losing my faith in sports. I just think sometimes I think it's become a big, big business and there's a lot of gambling money going on and you question, how much of the games are legit anymore. I guess I'm starting to.
It is definitely big business. Let me tell you, even looking at college, I mean, it's all about money at this point. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you the one thing that is interesting too is like, we're going to tie this back into like low carb here at this point. Look at like your food, that tailgating and so forth that takes place, right? That in its own sense, like especially in the South, some of these schools, it is crazy the kind of tailgating that goes on and the kind of food that you see at these tailgates. Now, I'm going to put this back into low carb because there is definitely options to do low carb type of eating at tailgates. But if you go to games, you don't see a lot of low carb going on. You'll see some meat there and everything, but a lot of it is spiced up or like barbecue sauce with sugar on it and stuff like that. And then you see like the people with all the potato chips and all that kind of stuff. And that's interesting because to me because oh, I see Gail's here, so
Yep. Hi, Gail.
put that up here real quick. Hey, Gail, how are you? But that's interesting to me because you know it's really funding the whole standard American diet, right? Like the companies that are making lots of money on sugary products and stuff like that. You see a lot of alcohol in soda being drank. I can't even talk right, I guess, at the tailgates and so forth. And like, yeah, like I feel almost kind of weird to go to a tailgate and be like, "You got some bottled water?" So I don't know. That always gets me too. Like I'm kind of at the point where I almost would rather just sit at home, watch the game, drinking my water, have whatever I had, like a steak or something before that, than to deal with the whole thing, like going to the game and doing the tailgate because there's not going to be a lot of good, healthy food options there for you.
Well, the one tailgate I went to this year, I must say I had a blast. It was so much fun. Granted, we had a lot of good food and stuff, and I had burgers and stuff like that, but the temptation is still there. I mean, I drank too much alcohol when I was there. It was easy to grab a beer, you're having a good time. Oh, give me another one. What the heck, next thing you know, you're a couple down and off your plan. And, the temptation's there too. And it's easy when you're having a great time. Oh yeah, why not? And that's where you have a little more control when you're at home. And nowadays it's nice because you can pause the live TV if you have to go to the bathroom. You go to the bathroom, come back, play. Oh, I didn't miss anything.
Well, I got to tell you though, I went to the Coastal Carolina game. My daughter's a freshman down there. We went to their game for Parents Weekend, and yeah, like I drank. That was when I drank alcohol, and I kind of felt sick after that. I got the sinus infection and stuff, and yeah, that becomes a real thing there, man. The temptation is crazy. Yeah.
Well, it's tough because everybody around you is enjoying themselves and you want to enjoy yourself too. And, indulge in a couple beverages or whatever. So it's pretty hard to say no.
Yeah.
That's what makes it hard.
Yeah. So Gail said, point to ponder, vegan tailgate party. I got to tell you, I'm sure that there are vegan tailgate parties out there.
Probably.
But most of the tailgates I've seen, at least, it's just like the standard American diet. Like they have meat there and everything, but usually it's like burgers or hot dogs or something like that. And they got the buns and the ketchup and all that kind of stuff. And then they got like the potato chips and stuff. So yeah, I don't know.
All this food talk's making me hungry. I've got a bunch of New York strips out that I seasoned up and are ready to go for supper. How about you?
I don't know. I do have a steak taken out, but I was planning it for lunch for tomorrow. So and like I said earlier, I'm like really hungry. I think all these push-ups are making me hungry. So I think I'm probably gonna do I got some ground beef patties, burger patties in the freezer. So I think I'm gonna do some of those. They're like 1/3 pound patties. So I'll probably do like 3 of those. And I'm hungry, so maybe I'm gonna do up some bacon with that, or
put some eggs on there.
I don't know. Yeah, I could do eggs. Yeah.
We had ground beef patty the other night. I can hardly stomach them anymore. I don't know what it is. Just I
Really?
have to do cheese or seasoning, or I just have if they're pre-made patties, I just do not like them because they mash them down they're like really hard. They're like hockey pucks. So I kind of
Mm.
like to make my own patties if I am going to do ground beef patties. Because I don't smash them down so hard, so they're got a little bit more to them. But I've gotten spoiled by eating too much steak this year, I think. And it's hard for me to eat ground beef now.
Yeah. Um,
There you go, 22 hours.
Yeah, he fasted for 22 hours. That's nice. So at least for the day, Mike was mad. Then I take it, right? Because he skipped the lunch, just ate, and he's gonna eat again. I don't know. Like I said, man, with these push-ups that I'm doing right now, there's no way I could go mad right now. Oh my gosh. I am sitting here right now. As I'm talking, like in my mind, I'm just thinking about like what am I going to get to eat as soon as we're done with this live stream. That's how hungry I am right now. Which is like probably I got too hungry, but I got stuck. I was like working and stuff, and then now we got the live stream, and I'm like, oh my gosh, when am I going to eat today? Hungry.
I like how Gail's teasing Mike. The next comment. She's calling him a weenie.
Yeah.
Thataway, Gail.
Dish it out on. So he says he is usually too mad, but sometimes I'm mad. He says I'm also. Oh, Mike, crack me up. Oh, I'm making myself even hungrier without talking about the whole food thing here. So I don't know. So you're gonna have some steaks, you said, right?
Yeah.
It's funny you bring up New York strip. I'm like a ribeye guy. I really, really love ribeye, but I've had New York strip a lot lately.
They were on sale.
Yeah. Yeah, like if you go to Costco, they've been on sale for a really decent price lately. Like half the price of the New York strip. Like if it's closer in price, that's one thing, but if it's like half price, I'm going with the New York strip. And did I say half the price of the New York strip? I said half the price of the New York strip, didn't I? I meant half the price of the ribeye. Whatever I said. I don't know. Here I am. I'm just talking again and making more bloopers. I don't know. But, yeah. Mike says he's been broke, so he's been eating lots of burger patties.
Yeah, I hear you there.
I mean, they are a lot cheaper, for anybody that talks about like, yeah, you can't, they think that they can't really eat carnivore because it's too expensive. You can do really cheap options. You can do ground beef, and eggs and
bacon,
even
butter,
chicken.
eggs.
Yeah, you can do chicken at times, all that stuff is much cheaper. So you don't have to do the steak. I talk about eating steak a lot, but yeah, you don't have to do that.
I had chicken fajitas last night. That was really good.
Yeah. Gail has only had coffee today. Oh, 2 hot dogs and some pork rinds with a little avocado and a chomp. Okay, one of those chomp sticks. My actual only meals at 5 today. Okay. Yeah, at first when I was reading that, I'm like, wow, she's only had coffee today. More power to you, Gail. Oh, you're starving and talking about, I don't know. So what I eat for lunch, I had lamb for lunch. I made lamb yesterday and had that for dinner, and then I had leftovers for lunch today. Did you eat yet today? Is this going to be your second meal, or is this your first?
For me, my mom had a big roast beef sandwich, so I had some of the roast beef from that because she couldn't eat it all. And then I cut up some summer sausage this afternoon. I had just a couple little slivers of that. I also cut up a block of cheese, so I had a couple little pieces of cheese. That's what I've had to eat today. And then tonight, of course, I'll have New York strip. I'm actually fixing 3 New York strips that I think they're 8 ounces each. I'll probably just have 1.5 of those and let my wife have the other 1.5. So, yep, should be good.
Yeah. Mike says avocado sounds good. Gail's been following her hunger signals. That's good. That's good. All right. So let's see. We're starting to approach close to an hour. We got a few more minutes here, I think, before we will sign off. If anybody has any questions, now's the time to ask them. Anybody out there, if you're doing the December challenge with us of push-ups, go ahead and let us know in the chat. You can let us know how it's going for you as well.
I think Gail is going to do another challenge, if I remember right.
Oh yeah, she was going to do, was it a sprinting challenge or something, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Running?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you want to let us know how that's going, Gail, that'd be great. I was going to say, like I said, that the great thing about doing this challenge is you can, you go at your pace, right? And you're competing against yourself, always trying to do better than what you had done before. So Mike asked, what is the December challenge? I hadn't heard the details. All right. So I put the challenge out there to do push-ups every day. So in my case, what I've kind of put out there that I'm doing is I am going until fail as many push-ups as I can do at a time. And then I want to do that every day. I've kind of added to that, and I'm also increasing sets and so forth. Not necessarily every day, but what I've done so far, let me find what I put down. Here we go. What I've done so far, December 1st, I was able to do 25 push-ups all in one set at one time. Then the next day, I had increased that up to 28. Day 3, I was able to do 33, and I did a couple sets of those. So I did one set, and then later in the day, I did a second set. So it wasn't like I rested like 5 minutes and then did the second set. And then yesterday, I did 35 in my first set. Later in the day, I did 35 again. And then in the evening, I did 34. And so far today, I've done 2 sets of 38, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. And I'm probably going to do a third set this evening and keep it at just 3 sets today. But you can see, like, it's been crazy. I was surprised, first of all, that I could do 25 at once, right, to begin with. But then that I was able to increase the way I have, like go to 25 and then 28, 33, 35, and 38 that quickly. Like in 5 days, go from 25 to 38 push-ups at one time. I'm just hugely surprised. And there's no doubt in my mind that it's eating this way, the low carb, high fat type of diet that is allowing me to do that. So it's crazy.
Say something a little bit more about the stem cell. You're taking some stem cells, right?
Yeah. So
you mention
that. Well, it's Stem Enhance Ultra. So it's not like it's not that I'm taking in new stem cells.
Right.
What this product does is it's a nutraceutical. It helps your blood marrow to renew and repair your adult stem cells faster than what they've already been doing. As you age, that process slows down. This helps to kind of speed it back up again, like when you were younger. And that's what I've been doing. And that helps with recovery time and repairing, injuries and other types of things might be going on, inflammation in your body. I also take the Cyactive inflammation support. I don't know if you can see that very well, but so that helps to get rid of some of the inflammation in your body as well. So yeah, there's those products that I take. There's another one, actually, a third one that I'll put out here. This Plasma Flow, which is for circulation support, good circulation in your body. And I take that as well. So I think between the carnivore diet and the cereal products that I'm taking, I think it does really good with helping with repair and renewing those stem cells and just allowing you to recover quicker from working out and that kind of stuff.
You have a link for those products on your page too, correct?
I do. So I know you are also selling those products, right?
Yeah, yep. I've got a link for it. I haven't sold any, or I need to do a little
So,
more research and education on it.
so yeah, if you want to put the link in here, I can just pop it up on the screen for everybody to see it.
I'll just put it in the description afterwards. Yeah, because I don't have it pulled up or
Okay.
anything.
All right.
Yeah, Brian is killing it. He's doing a great job. He'll be going like this pretty soon and flexing for everybody.
No, but you know what's funny though is like I can feel the muscle right now. I don't really see it. Like I was looking in the mirror and I'm like, yeah, I still don't see it. But I can really feel it like building in my arm right now. So it's there a lot more so than it was 5 days ago. I can tell you that much. So I will just put this in here really quick. This is my link.
I know Gail and Mike, you guys were talking about avocados a little bit. My wife likes to make an avocado toast. She puts it on a keto toast, and she really likes that a lot. Yeah.
So this is my link here for the Sorrel products. If you want to go check it out, you can go to that link and you can read up about the products, read about the research and the different studies that have been done on those products and so forth. If you want to check them out. Oh, let's see. Let me catch back up.
Once I get working here, I'll probably order some. I just haven't been able to try them because I've had no money to buy any. So
yeah, I've been taking them since like April, I think. And like I noticed, I really noticed a difference in energy levels pretty quickly after taking them. I mean, just with doing carnivore, I have a lot more energy than I used to have, right? But then when I started taking them, that was like, I don't know, I was doing carnivore for like probably 8 months already, 9 months at that point. So it was a good indicator that yes, when my energy level spiked again, that was really from the cerule. And I feel like, yeah, my recovery is really good and so forth.
that's awesome.
All right. So Gail says avocado is my carb experiment for this week. I'll see if that helps with my Sears meds.
Yeah, you gotta do what works for you.
Going back to her sprinting, she has been either too busy or too crampy to sprint yet this week, but it's still early. Hey, no problem. You know, whenever you can do it, right? I mean, there's a lot of people that talk and say like, you know, if you can do it like a couple times a week, just like a few minutes of sprinting, that's huge. So you know, if you know in the next week or so you get to do a couple sprints, that'd be great. She's always loved avocados. Mike as well. If anyone likes Topo Chico, I found it at Walmart for $12.58 for a case of 12. Wow. You know, Sean White talks about Topo Chico, and I hope I said that right.
I don't even know what it is.
It's like a sparkling water, I believe, but it doesn't have like any sugars or any of that kind of stuff in it. But I've never been able to find it. And I know I've heard people say that it's at Walmart, but I don't know if it's just the area that I live in, they don't have it or what, but I've never been able to find it there. Plain sparkling water. Yep. There you go. Yep.
That's something I really need to work on.
Nashville, we could all race.
I got to kick the Diet Pepsi habit because, you know, when I first got going, I was pretty diligent on not drinking any diet pop, and I've kind of gotten away from that. And I need to get back to where I'm not drinking it. And it won't be hard for me. I just need to do it when I make the decision, and that's it, you know, because I've quit drinking pop many a times, but I realized over time here, I've kind of gradually started drinking more pop again. And it's like, well, those chemicals aren't good for you. I really need to get back to just drinking plain water.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So I'm not sure. He's talking about Carrie. I'm not sure if I know this one.
She's doing a meetup in Nashville next summer, I think. My Metamorphosis, is that right? I think her. challenges.
Metamorphosis, yeah.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
metamorphosis.
Okay. Yeah,
But I
I
know
don't know if
Omaha
I'm gonna
has
be
one.
doing it, but I might fall on my face if I do it. But
It'd be
I
kind
do
of,
want to start turning up.
I wish I didn't have, if both my daughters are getting married next year. Otherwise, I'd think about going to one of those meetups somewhere. It'd be kind of cool to get together with a bunch of people that on here for sure. It'd be fun. My
Yeah.
metamorphosis. Yep.
Yep. I definitely want to do some sprinting at some point here. I'm thinking maybe I'll start that in the new year. We'll see. It's kind of cold outside this time of year and can be unpredictable. It can be icy here or snowy and stuff sometimes. So I don't know, but it's something I want to do. But I also like don't want to fall flat on my face. I don't normally run. Like it's been years and years, so I don't know how it's gonna go. It'll be interesting.
I am thinking about doing a 5K next year, and it may just be a walk, and that's okay. But I'm definitely thinking about doing something next year, just to challenge myself and get out a little more and see what happens. The new place where I work, they actually have a paved path that you can exercise on. So I won't be out there this winter doing that, but maybe in the spring I will be. As the warmer weather gets to come in, I'll check that out and then use that. I think that'd be. They have a gym there too, so I can use some equipment, which will be nice too. So I'm looking forward to that.
Like says he's finding out Midwest winters are for real and they barely started.
It hasn't
I,
even been bad yet.
I gotta tell you, I do not miss because I used to live in Ohio and then in Michigan, and I do not miss those winters at all. We might have one time every 5, 6 years or so that we get like 3 feet of snow here or something, and that's fine. Even then, like, okay, it typically doesn't get that cold. Like here, like it'll get like around 25 degrees, and they're talking about like, be careful. These are like frightening conditions, like, death can occur and stuff like that. And I'm like, man, I remember living back in Toledo, and sometimes it was like 5 below, and that wasn't the wind chill, that was the temperature. Like, what are they talking about? But I'm so far removed from that, man. One year I went back there, and it was like 0 degrees like every day while we're there. We're there for Christmas. And I was like, man, never again. I cannot take this. It is way too cold for me. So I don't know how you guys do it.
I'm hoping in a couple of years I'll be moving. We'll see what happens with the kids and we'll get my son graduated from college and see where he ends up. But, my girl's in Omaha, so we may go down that way, especially after they get married. And, if they start having kids or whatever, grandpa wants to be around,
So Gail had her AC on her car today. That's nice. 70 degrees. California, let me tell you. Mike said, let's see, he left for work at 6 a.m. before Thanksgiving.
That's usually
One day
January weather.
9 and 7. Wow. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, right now, like here, like it gets down into like the 30s, maybe like upper 30s for the lows. And I'm like, dang, it's getting cold. He's over here like 7 degrees.
Hi, Becky.
Hey, Becky, 64.
Nice.
El Nino. I don't know. Did we go into an El Nino now? I don't even know.
I think it's supposed to be one.
Doesn't it always rain like around where Becky is? So,
yeah.
Yeah. She should be used to rain. Gail says the coldest I've ever been was in Oregon when it was 20 with a wind chill of 22. Yeah, I've definitely had colder, and I gotta tell you, it's not fun when it's colder. There you go. Mike says we are in a moderate El Nino after 3 years of La Nina. So El Nino, then, Mike, that means more rain and cold, or more rain and warmer? I don't remember how that works. Mike knows, so he'll tell us. You don't remember that, Greg? I don't remember.
I'm not. I think El Nino means warmer, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Might be maybe wetter too. I'm
I
not
don't
sure
remember.
though.
Yeah, all right.
Boy, that hour went quick.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Happy hour's over, I guess. Wow. Well, let's see. Mike says, depends on where you live. El Nino is generally warmer and drier Pacific Northwest. Oh, okay, drier. Yeah. Last winter was pretty dry down in the valley. Cold, cold, cold.
Remember, they had a lot of snow over that way in the last year because they had a lot of roofs collapsing and stuff. They had to shovel up in the mountains and stuff. There was a lot of issues with lots of snow.
Oh, El Nino is generally colder and rainier or snowier in the southern U.S. Like to be me, maybe this will be the year we get like 3 feet of snow again in a storm. We had that one year we had 2 big snowstorms. Like, well, the first one I think we had was like 33 inches, so it was just short of 3 feet. And then like a week later we got like 10 inches. And then like a month later, we got 36 inches at one time. It was crazy. That was the craziest year I can remember since I've been out here in Virginia. It was just plain crazy. People just 20 minutes away from me were snowed in for weeks last year.
That's crazy.
Wow. Every El Nino is different too. Didn't quite have enough snow to make a snowball. That's funny. Just 20 minutes away, they were snowed in for weeks, and you didn't have enough to even make a snowball. The predictions are never right? Like, well, wow, we're past the hour. I don't want to keep up your time, Greg. This is another great happy hour. Let's see. Don't forget, we've got the low carb football party Thursday, 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We already said we'll have a couple special guests. Well, I don't know special, but just guests, right? Like,
Yeah.
they're always special. But
Oh, yeah, all our
we got
guests are special.
and one of them will be a new guest that we've not had on the show before. So tune in for that for
Maybe
sure.
2. It might be 2. It just depends. So yeah, that'll be cool. But you'll know who she is though. So definitely.
All right.
Yeah, it's
right.
we'll see what happy hour brings. Once I start my new job and kind of see when I'm done and all that kind of stuff, we might be coming back for some more happy hours for sure soon. So we'll see what's going on for me anyways. Brian might get on there though, so you never know.
Yep. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching today, and we'll see you guys on Thursday.
Take care, friends.